own stock market in their own community type shit. They were literally benefiting off the capitalist system that they were forced to live in. You know what I mean? Like they basically used the white man's game to their benefit. You know what I mean? And they weren't causing any violence or harm to anybody else. But guess what? The white people did once they found out, like, oh, now we have rich black people all around here, this and that. They killed
Ajá.
them. They bombed the whole fucking city, dude. Like, like they that's I know that's what you're trying to say. That was your basically your message, right? Like they're gonna try to
Ajá.
stop you from succeeding. Well,
Por eso,
that's the thing.
para que
That's
no lo logren,
that's the part of
para que
like
sigas
how,
dependiendo de ellos.
but okay, right. But
Ujú,
like I'm saying, like that's the part of like infiltration. Like we're literally in the system now. We're literally changing it to our
ujú,
benefit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not gonna happen because if you do it like that, you know what I mean, then it's gonna raise red flags, and then majority, you know, like the Republicans, their whole party is just like 97% white. You know what I mean? So if
ujú.
you have 97% of one party saying no because your shit is too diverse, too much equity, and too much inclusion of other races, then yeah, you're gonna see something wrong with it. You know, you literally have a whitewashing of the system. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's a system you created, but we're basically using that same system to benefit us and not harming anybody in the process. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. When you
Ujú.
start succeeding, it's gonna harm them because they're gonna be losing money. You know what I mean? Instead of being equal, they'd rather be superior. That's the part of white supremacy. It's literally in the terminology. Like I believe in white equity for sure. White equality, of course. You know, like if it wasn't for white people, you know, it's like we wouldn't have America what it is today. You know what I mean?
Ujú.
But at the same time, it's like if we didn't have if we didn't have our people in place to have those white people in check, then we wouldn't have never progressed. And this goes back, yeah, from freeing the slaves, from the civil rights, from actually being able to vote. Like, think about that. Think about that. Like, at one point, you would be thought of as 1/3 of a human being. Like, you weren't a whole human. You weren't a person. You were just 1/3 of a person. That was literally in the Constitution. You see what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the whole system was made by white supremacy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like when you have crybabies at the top crying that their whole livelihood is gonna die and shit like that, then it's gonna cause a reaction. You know what I mean? People are gonna riot and panic because it's like, oh, they're gonna take over this and that. It's like, no. I mean, sure, we could do that. You know what I mean? Because at this point in American history, white people aren't even the majority anymore. You know what I mean? They're like half the population of America right now. You still there? Yeah.
Sí, sí.
Oh, okay.
Estoy haciendo
I,
ejercicios.
for a second,
I
I
can
thought
breathe.
I thought
I can breathe.
I thought I got cut off for Discord or something. I'm like, wait, he
No,
got too quiet.
cuando estoy haciendo ejercicio no puedo hablar.
It's like you're
Okay.
jacking off over there. Whoa. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
keep,
go like
yeah, keep talking. Oh,
fine
yeah,
now.
keep talking. Whoa.
Yeah, I get a clinch my hands. Yeah.
What you doing? Triceps?
Estaba haciendo unos push-ups ahí. Pero yo estoy haciendo chest and bicep. Oh, ya estoy casi terminando. Ah, go.
But it's like, yeah, I understand your hatred of the government. You know what I mean? Like, I understand your distrust of them. But at the same time, it's not the same government as it was even 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like 20 years ago, if I looked at government, I would have been like, the fuck are so many white people out here for? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, sí, pero realmente yo lo veo como que ellos se han dado de cuenta de todo eso y ponen un negrito aquí, a un latino aquí, pero es solamente están ahí por estar ahí. They don't really make no difference. ¿Me entiendes lo que te digo? Es como que el objetivo de ellos sigue siendo el mismo. Vamos a decir que yo tengo todo controlado y dice, pero Gaby, ahí trabaja solamente tu familia, pues vengo y meto a otro lado, tú no puedes decir ahora que trabajan en mi familia. Porque ahora me metí a Pedro del barrio de allá abajo de ellos.
Right, right. I mean, but that's the thing.
Pero
It's like,
realmente ese tipo no puede hacer nada ni hacer ningún tipo de diferencia.
but yeah, that's the thing though. It's like that's just one person. Like think about the Republican Party. Like I said, they're 97% white, right? So like the other
Ah,
3% are black or Latino, right? Or Asian or whatever. So I mean, if you think about it, 97% is the majority. They're gonna be saying and doing whatever they want with the other 3% too. You know what I mean? So it's like
sí.
that's the part where it's
Pero,
like it's,
tío, tú tienes a los republicanos en un lado y a los demócratas en otro lado, pero al fin y al cabo todos esos pendejos trabajan para arriba. Es lo mismo. No importa quién tú tengas ahí, van a jalar para arriba. Por eso es que la cosa no cambia.
who though? Oh, I know who. I
¿Entendiste?
know who. I know who. I know who. I know who.
What?
I know who. I know who you're talking about. The guy at the top, right? Above
Ajá.
Democrats and Republicans.
Above everybody.
The guy who's blackmailing all of them. Who was that?
Por eso te digo,
But who
they all puppet.
but who is that though?
Ah, bueno, hay mucha especulación.
It's Diddy.
Ah, oh, shit.
Bro, like that's why he got locked up.
Oh,
He literally got Kamala Harris, the prosecutor, basically putting all these people to justice right now. It's like, nah, we're done basically you corrupting our government. But I mean shit that I mean that's the shit that's the thing though. It's like things are moving hiddenly, you know what I mean? But they're like it depends on how you see it, you know what I mean? Because it could go, you know, one way bad, but in another way it could be moving forward, you know, like some things could be taking you back and some things can be pushing you forward, you know what I mean? And that's one thing,
pobre
like
Didi.
what was it?
Didi nada más quería es que le echaran fuego
Diddy only want
en la
to
espalda.
have, you know, baby oil parties in the yacht, you know, that's it. He just want to have baby oil boat parties. That's it. But see, that's one thing too, cause like there's probably someone even higher than Diddy type shit. It's like, I mean, even then, like yeah, when he was a background dancer or some shit like that. But at the same time, it's that system. Like I don't know if you've seen the SNL with The Rock. That one episode where it's like, who's got the most evil invention? One dude had a freeze ray. Some dude had some other, I don't remember. But The Rock's invention, he had the child molesting sex robot.
No he visto esa mierda.
Bruh, watch that shit. The Rock, Robo Chobo se llama. Robo Chobo. That shit is hilarious. And he's like, how do you even build a child molesting robot? Well, you build a robot and then you molest it and hope it continues the cycle. Like what? And I think about that like in real life. Like you literally get a child, you molest it, and hope it basically repeats the cycle. Like that's what happened with even Michael Jackson. He was probably groomed in as a kid, and then he repeated the cycle. Probably we don't know. Those were some strong accusations. You know what I mean? At the same time, that all goes down into the music industry itself. Like even
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, like what is it, the Hollywood, yeah, all that. Even could even take it to Illuminati, Satan worshiping.
I don't know, man.
But that's one thing too. It's
It's
like,
so fucked up.
like,
I'm on one.
all right. You see all these people. You see all these people, right? The celebrities that are always being shown in front of your face, 24/7, like Trump, Kamala, Biden, or Anuel, or Nicky Jam. You can dictate them. Think of yourself of Vladimir Putin in Russia, and they're Russia, and you're Vladimir Putin. You can basically how you can basically control how they think, move, and act.
Uh-huh.
And you can use it to your benefit. You can see the positive aspects of it, or you can let it, hold you back, delay you, and probably try to hurt you, type shit. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta push. You gotta push that. Push. You doing push-ups right now? I'm giving you some motivational
Yeah,
speaking. You
I'm
gotta
pushing.
push that.
I'm
You
pushing.
gotta push all them motherfuckers out of
I'm
your
pushing hard.
life. Push them all them out. All of them. You tell
Push.
them what to do. They don't tell you what to do. You tell them what to do.
You tell them.
They don't run your life. You run theirs.
I mean, somebody has to wrong somebody's life, but it's not gonna be yours.
If someone's trying to come in your house and booty rape you, you're gonna kill that motherfucker.
And bully rape.
And booty rape him.
No,
You're gonna do what they try to do to you.
no.
And that's exactly how it works. And that's exactly how it works.
I guess not.
The mind is a powerful tool. Words are a curse. Like think of it. Think of it. Words are a spell. You have to spell words so they make a spell. They are a curse. You can basically speak into existence what you want. You know what I mean? Speak it enough. It's just like Trump. Like he tries so hard, and for his people, he sees it. Yeah, like they all see that shit. But it's like we're too hard headed to even see ourselves that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like someone will call me poor and dirty. I'm just gonna piss on them and throw some shit. You know, act poor and dirty, just like how they wanted me to be, right?
Right.
Yeah, you gotta throw some shit at them, like some monkeys at a zoo. A zoo. Have you ever? Have you? What is it? Have you ever seen a tiger at a zoo? That's exactly how it feels to be a black man in America. Just wait till you climb over that fence. I've been waiting for you to. You ever seen Cat Williams? That shit's hilarious.
No.
Oh man, that dude's funny.
Bueno, sé quién es.
Right.
No,
Have you ever seen his stand-ups?
no, los stand-up del...
That shit.
Ajá.
Like his
Es
recent
que yo no
one.
los veo realmente, stand-up no veo ningún stand-up.
Oh man, you gotta watch it. Like they talk about a lot of shit, like politics and just random shit too that happened to them and shit like that.
Ajá.
But yeah, like the most recent one he was on. It was called like World War III or some shit like that. And he was like, "Leave Joe Biden alone. This motherfucker is 9,700 years old," or some shit like that. You elected his ass. You elected his ass. He's struggling to even walk up there. I'm like, yeah, it's true. He's struggling. But at the same time,
Y
it's
yo,
like,
yo vi que él dijo una cosa cuando pasó lo de Dini también.
oh yeah. It's like he's
I
talking
was
about.
trying to tell you guys.
It's like
Algo así.
I'm proud of my virgin asshole. I can't wait to show Jesus my my ass. It's like just like he wanted it, Jesus. Goddamn. He had drugs in the baby oil. Some shit like that. But yeah. It's crazy. Think about it. You put some baby oil on. Next thing you know, you're drugged out in the couch, not being able to move and shit. It's like,
Oh,
what the
God.
fuck?
You made that and then you seen everything happen.
And you sing
Eee.
Diddy on top of you. Ugh.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know if you heard that recording of, like, supposedly it was him and Meek Mill. Oh my god, that was horrible. Like, luckily it wasn't on tape, but it was an audio recording. I was like, what the fuck? That sounds just like Meek Mill. I was like, what the fuck? He's calling this dude daddy, getting smacked in the back right now. I'm like, what the fuck? And then later they had a viral video of him being in the pool or some shit like that, leaning his ass out, because he looked like he got pounded the next day before or something like that.
Oh, what the
And then he was basically saying, like Diddy was like saying something behind the camera, like, yeah, daddy, you like that, daddy? Yeah. It's like, whoa. I was like, it literally, those two videos connect to each other, and it's like, yeah, Meek Mill got his shit pushed in, dude. That is ridiculous. Yeah, but I'm not, trying to be like, homophobic or anything. But at the same time, it's like you sold yourself. You literally prostituted yourself.
How much did you? Would you do it?
Hell no. I'd kill a motherfucker. I'd kill him taking his money. Hell no.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber, have you heard, like, now they're connecting the song with
Ah,
P.
sí,
Diddy.
sí, sí.
The
Sí, cabrón.
baby
Damn.
oil. Like,
Damn.
what? Ain't no way this man saying that.
Stop eating my
He can literally be on a song, I got molested by P. Diddy, and no one would bat an eye. No one. Especially at that time, like, they didn't, like, everybody just thought it was entertainment until all this shit coming out now.
¿Qué pasó todo eso? Sí.
No, yeah, this not
That's
just
crazy.
entertainment. These are real people's lives. You see Justin Bieber now, he look like a hippie, dude. He look all drugged out and shit. I'm like, god damn, they really fucked this dude up. No pun intended.
Eso estaban diciendo ellos que supuestamente por eso es que él terminó así medio poco, ¿verdad?
Yeah. And a lot of them do. Like, even Britney Spears with all that shit that happened to her. Like, supposedly she was at a party the night before, she went crazy and shit.
Ajá.
I'm like, I mean, now I kind of see it, I was like, oh, she's born December 2nd, she's a Sagittarius, so I could see myself crashing out, this and that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not at that level, you know what I mean? I'm just not at that level of, stardom and shit. So I'm like,
Damn.
especially if you're a kid growing up in that industry, shit, I imagine I would have been horrible as a child star. I'm just telling you, man, I would have been getting away with so much murder. It'd be ridiculous. I would have been. I would have gotten away with so much booty rape at that time. It'd be ridiculous. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm glad I didn't. Fuck me.
El Didi, man. Diablo, estuvo bien loco, man. Supuestamente todavía siguen saliendo cosas. Yo escuché una noticia ayer de que
Bruh, every single like that's the thing though, especially after like that's one thing about the justice system that kind of switched. Like at first it was a system that was made for white people, right? But then once they freed the slaves back in the emancipate or what was it, the Civil War, right? Then it became a system for rich people, which was mainly whites. You know, they probably pretty much tried to put white people in those rich positions, but even then, it's like whoever, whatever white person tried to speak out for the right cause, like even JFK, they killed his ass. It's like, like he was trying to take down secret societies, and they literally assassinated his ass because of that shit. So it's like, it's like, there's literally a war going on. You know what I mean, between like whites, minorities, and Jews, I guess. And I'm guessing the Jews are on the minority side because they're minorities. But there are some bad Jews out there. Just saying, not all of them are good. Majority of them are, but not all of them. And bro, now that I think about
yep.
it, it reminds me like what was it? Trump said, "If we lose this election, it's because of the Jews." I'm like, God damn, dude, you like
Because
try,
of Jews?
at least try not to sound like Hitler. You know what I mean? Like, literally, he's not hiding this shit. I'm like, God damn. But at the same time, I don't think it's just him. It's just the agenda he's being forced to push, And, I'm like, he probably enjoys that agenda too. It's like if it benefits him, it's understandable why he would go for it. But at the same time, it's like I'm not a part of that ideology that has, so it's like, can't. And that's one thing too. It's just like you said, like they have these people pretty much representing like one or two people like of our ethnicity representing basically what's supposed to be us, but at the same time it's like they're only using them as pawns. You know what I mean? So it's like you know you gotta read between the lines. Like that guy that they put in position literally sold out. Like he literally sold himself out and his race. It's like for like what, white supremacy. It's like saying like that one dude, Mark Robinson. You know that guy?
That's funny.
Mark Robinson. He's like he was the black dude that was running for governor of North Carolina. And I swear, bro, like any other time this would be super serious, you know what I mean? But like the climate that we're in this political era, you know what I mean? Shit is just too funny. You know what I mean? This guy, he was on commenting on porn sites, dude, saying I'm a black Nazi or some shit like that, right? And what was it? He said, I wish they would bring slavery back because I would own a few of them. I'm like, what? Are you okay? You know you're black, right? You were part of the slaves. You know? I'm like, what is? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. And I'm like,
Sí,
how the hell did they even find that about this man? He literally uses the same.
pero es que realmente también para eso. Habían negros que trabajaban para los blancos para
Right, right,
esclavizar
right,
a los
right,
negros.
right, right. Yeah,
Ujú,
I mean that like that was pretty much their biggest market in Africa was the slave trade. You know what I mean? But that's
ujú.
like that's how you say it. That's what pretty much like was because like racism didn't exist for that time. They were just buying a product. You know what I mean? That as how they saw it, anyways. But they didn't realize, the people, the slave owners of Africa didn't realize that there was gonna be more of a division between the two races. Like they literally sold out their own. Yeah, it was the same thing. They literally sold out their own people for a profit, which
Ajá.
at the end of the day made their whole even continent just like gets delayed so much because of the oppression. And that's one thing too. Like the Europeans, they had so much advanced technology because they were moving
Exacto.
fast. Like even with the Chinese, they had what was it, the Silk Road? Marco Polo traveled the Silk Road, found out fireworks or some shit like that, and they made guns out of that shit. They literally turned fireworks into guns. And you're like, goddamn, it's like you literally have an effective killing
Los que
machine.
nos jodieron, es que realmente los que nos jodieron a nosotros fueron los nazis.
From Nazi.
Porque sí, los nazis perdieron y los eliminaron, pero los nazis ya tenían tantas
Yeah,
ideas y tantas cosas en la cabeza
yeah.
que, bueno, eso es lo que dicen. Y yo creo que sí, porque supuestamente eso es verdad, pero digo,
Like
yo no sé, yo no
they
estaba ahí.
had so much
Pero
advanced
dicen
technology.
que ellos tenían tantas cosas como las bombas nucleares, eso lo estaban inventando ellos. Que si aviones, que esto y lo otro, muchos tipos de aviones que se usan hoy en día y todas esas cosas, todos esos planos y todos esos inventos los tenían ellos guardados y eso lo sacaron de ahí. O sea, de Estados Unidos y todas esas cosas, cuando se metieron allá, sacaron todos esos secretos que ellos tenían y estaba todo eso ahí. Y de ahí fue que sacaron toda esa mierda ahí.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. It's like that's one part of the racist American idea. It's like they literally used the Nazi scientists and scholars and all
Mm,
that stuff, and they separated it between Russia and the United States. So all those Nazi scientists were either working for, Russia or the United States, developing their technology type shit. So it's like the technology we have today, yeah, it's thanks to the Nazis at some extent, but at the same time, their ideology of like just because they thought they were like super smart, they could kill everybody else. You know what I mean? It wasn't too appealing. You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to progress as a planet. You know what I mean? It's like we could share what we got over here. We got resources in Puerto Rico. We could share that with Germany over there, and y'all can give us some of the shit y'all got over there. But it's like, you know, that's the part of like the Nazis were even influenced. Like the Nazis didn't start off until the KKK and shit. You know what I mean? The KKK had been around forever, and the Nazis just basically got influence off of that ideology, and basically made their own religion and shit. And like that's why they even included the symbol of Japan or whatever. What was it? What the how you say the Buddha symbol for Japanese was. So okay, you know how the swastika looks.
no,
You know what a swastika is?
no sé qué es.
¿Cómo es? La bandera esa de los nazis.
Ah, ajá,
Okay, you know that little cross they have with the lines at the end, whatever.
sí.
Pues ese está virado, tú sabes, como un X. El de los Budas de japonés lo tienen, tú sabes, como like a cross, like a T. So, like that symbol was first the Buddhist religion, but they turned it into a hateful religion, which was the Nazis. which is a swastika and shit like that. Because the Buddhists were pretty much peaceful. Like they didn't agree with the what was it the government of Japan. The Japanese government at that time was militaristic. You know what I mean? So it's like they were all military and shit like that. So it's like they basically had to like prove their point of their government by conquering and commanding all that shit. And they fucked China. They fucked China up so hard. They have a hatred to this day.
Los japoneses.
Los japoneses, see, they fucked China so hard. Like I don't
No,
know.
ellos sí. No, sí, ya.
The rape of Nanjing or some shit like that. Ellos fueron the rape of Nanjing basically is like they the Japanese went to Nanjing or Nanking, the city, and they killed a bunch of people and they raped like 200,000 women or some shit like that. That's why they call it the rape of Nanjing, because they literally just came in there, raped their asses, all of them, and yeah, no, that's embedded in history. Yeah. And see, that was before even the World War II even started. That's why I'm saying, like, all the shit that's going on now is leading up to World War III. You got Ukraine and Russia, you got Israel and all those other Arab nations. It's escalating. It's literally a world war happening. Like, next, they say by 2025, fucking China's gonna start moving to invade Taiwan. So we got until next year. And then if Taiwan gets into conflict, then we're automatically getting into war with China. Because we're part of that Indo-Pacific Treaty or some shit like that with Japan and all them. And shit, even like ever since, what was it, the start of the Ukraine war, and the Ukraine and Russia war, Japan, like, they stopped being a passive nation. They literally had no military. And, that's one of the part of the oppressions of the U.S. government, too. But at the same time, you don't want to give these people that, you bombed some weapons to be able to take you out in the future type shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, but now that, things are escalating worldwide, they need to be able to defend themselves. If a country, if China comes into Japan and they have no military, then they're fucked.
Yeah.
They are fucked, my friend.
We are wrapped. Anyways.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, what is it? I don't know. I see a civil war happening, right? But I see it happening quick. You know what I mean? Like, Trump is probably gonna, get his private military, try to take over the government one last time or some shit like that. And then, I mean, the U.S. government's just like, we literally have the military on our side, so we cannot lose. The only problem is that they have Russia, they got China, they got North Korea, all this other communist countries and shit like that, to where, like, Europe would have to be able to hold its own, just so we can take care of our problems over here first. But I mean, that's part of the reasons why we give Ukraine the ability to defend themselves, shit, because like they're not a part of NATO, but especially after the invasion of Ukraine, they started filling out those applications and processes to get them into NATO, because they, like, what was a good euphemism that the lady from Estonia, she's the leader or the president or the prime minister, whatever they call it. She said, think of NATO as, like, let's say you have a class bully, but then you get a bunch of people together to stop the bully, basically. That's basically what it is. But then the other dude came out and said, what if you know, what if we were the bullies teaming up with the bullies to pick up on, to pick on the little nations too. That's what we were headed to. You know what I mean? That's what we're not trying to do, because if we do that, then that goes way back to the revolution of America. You know what I mean? It's like we should not be oppressed by a king or sovereignty. So it's like, yeah, no, you can't, especially how Putin holds power, dude. This dude, have you seen his elections, dude? This shit, like, looking from the outside in, that shit, like, it looks like a comedy movie. Like, this dude is like, you see 100% versus 0% for the other guy. I'm like, how? Like, how do you get this? Like, how is your support that strong off of,
That the other guy doesn't even have a chance.
nothing. He got
like at least 20%.
right, not even 1%. This dude had 0.005.
At least his mother and maybe kids, but no. Everybody's against.
No, they said, fuck that guy. I love Putin more than my Putin more than my son.
Yeah.
God no. Like,
Ya se pone ahí. ¿Ya terminaste? ¿Qué le está echando? Ah, ya salí. Estaba ahí, ratito.
gee, what's my
Yo
cigarette?
no, ahí, dale. Ajá.